Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Shahbaz Gill to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Shahbaz Gill's words. Let's begin with the countdown. There are 56 days left for Field Marshal Asim Munir's second retirement and for the arrival of the new army chief in Pakistan. I had told you, every day will bring a new circus, every day a new issue for Pakistan, for its people, for the Field Marshal and for the whole nation. But today, congratulations are in order. For the people of Pakistan, today is not a day of problems, but a day of victory for the people of Azad Kashmir, who with their full strength in a peaceful manner have defeated the Field Marshal and his regime. Yes, you heard that right. Brigadier Faiq's proposals of using power, bullets and sticks all failed. Not only that, I will play you some video snippets of character assassinations, where those who were the real leaders of the Kashmiris and were leading the protests were vilified. Audio tapes were created that tried to tarnish their character, much like what was done to Benazir Bhutto and Nusrat Bhutto, whose fake and scandalous pictures were spread. Now, fake audio tapes have been released. Before this, similar tactics were used with the audios of Bushra Bibi and Imran Khan, where false narratives were created. This is a familiar tactic of our agencies. When they can't control someone, they attack their character. The same thing was tried there. But there was more than just character assassination. There were also martyrs. 12 people lost their lives. But despite this, the Kashmiris have kept their name and their place alive. I had told you earlier that the same people from occupied Kashmir, their brothers and cousins, have been practicing against the Indian Army for decades. The Indian Army has committed every atrocity in the last 5 decades, but the Kashmiris refused to back down. Recently, these same Kashmiris were labelled as raw agents, foreign elements and troublemakers. All the same tactics were used that Brigadier Faiq used when he was Colonel Faiq in Punjab. But there's a difference between Punjab and Kashmir, and that difference has been proven by the Kashmiris. Not only have they secured their demands, but they've also restored their dignity. If you read the agreement we are showing you, you will see that it's not just about demands, it's about restoring dignity. It shows that two equals, two sides with equal power, sat down for negotiations, and it shows that the people are the real owners of the land. The people have forced the regime to kneel. Those who once called them terrorists are now accepting their demands. When I present their demands, you will be amazed at how reasonable they are. You will realize that this story isn't just about Azad Kashmir. It's the same for every city and village in Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Gilgit-Baltistan. The Kashmiris who fought for Azad Kashmir have now proven their strength. Mohsin Naqvi and others were harassing them on one side with the police, while others were arrested. This was not just done by the police, but also by FC personnel. And all the tactics used by Brigadier Faiq failed. Let me first present the agreement. You will see how the language used in it will move you. You will see how the real public resistance stands, and how, when the public stands up, even the biggest dictators have to kneel. Now, if we look at the first page of the agreement, it shows that a committee was formed by the Honourable Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shahbaz Sharif. This committee was headed by former Prime Minister Raja Pervez Ashraf, along with several other key figures. The demands from the people are clear. They want justice for those who have died. They want compensation for the martyrs of the 1st and 2nd of October. They want respect for civilians who have been killed in the line of duty, just as the law enforcement agencies and the military are honoured. This demand alone shows the dignity of the people. The committee also called for government jobs for the families of martyrs within 20 days, educational reforms and improvements to the healthcare system, including the restoration of the health cards that were taken away under the current government. Their demands are not just for themselves. They are asking for better education facilities for their children, new boards for intermediate and secondary education, and they want MRIs and CT scans to be provided in every district. They are asking for the electricity system to be upgraded, for the local government system to be strengthened, and for their healthcare facilities to be improved, including the restoration of the health card system that was taken away by the current government. They want fair compensation for families affected by the Mangla Dam project, which displaced many people in Mirpur district, and they demand improvements to public infrastructure, including bridges, schools and hospitals. You will see that these are genuine, reasonable demands, just like those of every common man in every part of Pakistan. Meanwhile, those in positions of power, sitting in their air-conditioned offices, have tried to oppress them, but the people of Kashmir have proven their resilience. In this battle, it wasn't about leadership. It was about the people standing up for their rights. When the people stand united, even the mightiest dictators bow down. I can't really give you a hearing of this because the conversation inside it is very absurd. Obviously, it will be distorted, fake. Even if it's real, what does it have to do with it? But these audios that were released are to discredit the people who were protesting. These disgusting, filthy audios were released, where women were being talked to without any respect. Even their modesty was not preserved. The sole purpose of releasing these audios was to degrade them. It's the same as what was done in other parts of the country, but it failed there badly because the people of Kashmir stood up strongly. So, once again, congratulations to all of you. Before this, we had a distress situation that we saw that night. The army was saying that troops were being sent to Azad Kashmir. Some videos were also surfacing. Obviously, the government wasn't officially announcing whether troops were being sent or not. But these videos were circulating on social media and the news was spreading. Clearly, it was causing concern. Thank God their senses have finally returned. Because initially they used to call these people Indian agents or raw agents, and now, finally, they have signed off on this. This issue has been resolved. I congratulate the leadership of the People's Action Committee of Kashmir again for the way you've fought your battle, for the way you've protected your rights. This is also an example for the rest of Pakistan. Other Pakistanis will have to understand that it's not just Imran Khan or a few people who are responsible for everything. We want heroes, but don't want to be a part of it ourselves. You see, there was no leader in Kashmir. No one from the movement like Imran Khan, who's in jail, saying, "I will not bow my head." It was the ordinary public that stood up, gathered and made a stand. If people from Punjab, Sindh, KP, Balochistan, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir all stand up for their rights and unite in this way, then believe me, not even 10 field marshals will be able to stand against you. This is what we saw in Kashmir. Once again, I am very happy that not only peace prevailed there, because things could have gotten worse. India was obviously ready to exploit the situation. India even issued a statement saying that they were deeply concerned about the human rights violations in Pakistan and that Pakistan was committing atrocities. This statement came from India, and they said that Pakistan should stop these atrocities in Kashmir. So our job here is to do what we can to address this situation. Let's move to the next piece of news. Yes, the next piece of news is that the Prime Minister is going to Saudi Arabia. Yes, the expected visit you are aware of, the one that President Trump had said yes to. When he came to Pakistan, he disowned the deal. He called President Trump a fraud, a liar and a cheater. President Trump even responded, saying that all of them had signed agreements, and now they have to stick to them. He tweeted to remind them that they have no choice but to honor these agreements. Najam Sethi's analysis on this is that a crisis situation is unfolding. Trump has started issuing threats. This is what Najam Sethi says. He is saying that this issue will not be settled quickly, And the most difficult position will be for Pakistan. Now, at every stage, Shahbaz Sharif and Ishaq Dar will have to spend time in Saudi Arabia and Qatar, and half of their time in Pakistan. He says they are now stuck. The situation has worsened because President Trump openly threatened that civilians must evacuate Gaza. Meaning Israel was doing this before, and now President Trump has fully joined in. Since he endorsed this deal, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia and other countries, whether they want to or not, are now telling the people of Gaza to leave or face bombing. Now it's about forcing them out, and Pakistan, along with Field Marshal and the authorities, are also involved. This is what Najm Sethi is describing, that President Trump has resorted to threats. He says it's clear now that these people have no standing in front of Trump. He took Israel's draft and dismissed their draft. They can't do anything. They can't afford to upset Trump. This is what Najm Sethi is saying. Listen to him. This is the discussion we had, that when Trump and Israel took action, what do we do now? I told you that if they don't act, and if they start something, then what will we do? This is where things are headed. Trump has started, so I think this issue will not settle quickly. It's clear that these people have no authority in front of Trump. He took Israel's draft, and their draft was dismissed. I had mentioned earlier that their draft had been edited by Israel, and now they can do nothing. They can't upset Trump. So that's why we've put this on our website. You've heard it, right? It's clear that they've cut off their own hands and presented them. President Trump isn't wrong in his statements. I had said earlier that from the start I'm part of this. Everything happens at the Qatar embassy. They've submitted all their documents there. It's the public response that they can't handle. Just like the people of Kashmir stood firm, they know if they go any further, the situation will deteriorate across the country. Senator Mushtaq's wife has informed that the government has not contacted her yet. You know, Senator Mushtaq is currently under the control of Israeli forces. He's been jailed. There are reports that an Israeli officer went to him, insulted him, and maybe threatened him. But these are just rumors for now. The official details haven't come out yet about whether he's okay or not in prison. Nobody is giving clear information. This could be false or a lie. The Pakistani government hasn't made any official statement about it, nor have they reached out to Senator Mushtaq's family. On the other hand, Israel has decided to hold 450 people in custody. Earlier, it was reported that it was about 200, but now it's confirmed to be around 450. They've been detained in Israeli jails. Some videos have surfaced of the jail where they're being kept, and now it's said that they will be deported to Europe. However, some Israeli officials are saying these people are terrorists and should not be deported. They want them to stay in Israeli prisons for several months. They want to treat them as terrorists. These are some statements from Israeli officials. Now, thank God, Tehreek-e-Labbaik, or TLP, has announced a march in Islamabad on October 10th. They are planning a Labbaik Ya Aqsa march, which will start from Faisalabad and head to the Israeli embassy in Islamabad. It's quite a strange situation because at one point the leaders of TLP were just, watching Netflix, and now they're making political moves. They've been quiet about most matters, and, now they're being silent even on this issue. It's clear that TLP leaders only act when General Sahib gives them permission. So far, Senator Mushtaq is the only one who has stood up. He's been arrested, and TLP has set the date for the march on October 10th. I think Senator Mushtaq will be released by then, and the 450 people will have been deported. So, whatever your criticisms, something must have had an effect there. There was significant criticism of TLP leadership on social media, because they've called themselves the saviours of the cause. But honestly, they have remained completely silent. Now, regarding human rights violations in Pakistan, India has raised the issue in relation to Pakistan's administration in Kashmir. We've been saying this from day one, that India will bring this up, and so will international organizations. Luckily, they've finally taken action. But along with that, the DGISPR has gone to Qatar. Yes, they had a special session with faculty members and students from various universities. It wasn't really necessary for them to go to Qatar in person. They likely did it online, as Qatar is considered a dangerous place. But I think, they must have done it online. And it's evident that the country is in chaos. The country is in turmoil. In Azad Kashmir, just a few days ago, DGISPR was telling people, if you don't pay taxes, this will happen, and that will happen. Now, because they had to backtrack, they've gone to Qatar to speak to people. We're not talking about a 20-point peace agreement. We're talking about sending in troops. It's all related to the military, but we are silent. We're not saying a word. Now, check this out. The last piece of news is about Maryam Nawaz, and she is saying, my water, my water. I don't know which water Maryam Nawaz means. She seems to have put spirits into the water, frozen it under her control so no one else can drink it. A provincial minister is making those kinds of statements. When the canals issue came up, Punjab's own water was at stake. We were called to the CCI, the Council of Common Interests, meeting, and at that meeting Punjab wanted to take out canals at their own expense. We were not permitted. That water, which belonged to Punjab's farmers, was politicised. I said in the CCI meeting that I fought the entire case for the people of Punjab there too, but I kept quiet. I fought their case, but I stayed silent. You saw the video. Now you can see the provincialism. Maryam Nawaz is loudly proclaiming provincialism. Maryam has been told by her journalists that when the vote bank disappears, which has happened for them, and they are out on the streets, any political group can play two cards, the religion card or the regional, ethnic, provincial card. After they manufactured that 20-point issue, the religious card was no longer available to them. So the only card left is provincialism. Watch in the coming days. For the past 15 days, you've seen Maryam Nawaz keep saying, Punjab, Punjab, Punjab. If anyone points a finger at Punjab, she threatens to break the fingers. Punjab's water is my water. Punjab's money is my money, she keeps saying. Maryam Nawaz now wants to do politics of hatred. She's been told, see how Moeed did politics of hatred and got votes, do the same. Because positive politics, development politics, people are not accepting them in those terms anymore. So they've been advised to keep their eyes and ears open and evaluate this carefully. Like our Chaudhry Nizamuddin played the migrant or Sindhi and many other cards in Karachi, now the Punjab Sindh card is being played, and in a dirty way. Our Nizamuddin is involved in this, and Maryam Nawaz is involved too. Maryam Nawaz's compulsion is that her politics has died. It's finished. Either play the religion card or the provincialism card. Religion didn't remain an option, so now she plays the provincialism card. My water, my Punjab. In coming days you will see more of this, and also more of the People's Party involved. This is more sham wrestling, nor a kushti. Keep your eyes open. That wraps up our translation of Shahbaz Gill's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.